Cristiano Ronaldo was born in the capital of Madeira, Funchal, which is located in Portugal, and he famously played for the youth academy system between 1995 and 1997 before his move to Sporting Lisbon, and the rest is history. But today, we look to make one last piece of history as we move Cristiano Ronaldo back to his hometown club and see if we can win the Champions League. And I've given myself 5 years to do it as well, because at that point, Ronaldo will be nearly 44 years of age. My favourite bit of this whole entire rebuild is the fact we have got Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. also in this rebuild. Just at 14 years of age, he will be playing with his dad at Nacional de Madeira before they both move off to Real Madrid in 5 years' time. And for that reason, the in-game editor is enabled, because it has to be so that we can actually move them to the club and lock them in so Ronaldo doesn't retire, because he'd retire pretty darn quickly. And if you guys are wondering how you can play with sort of an updated database, and also with Ronaldo's son, you've got Kai Rooney in here as well. I'll leave a link to the description down below, which has the database that I'm using. All the leagues and everything are updated, and they've also added some new wonder kids like Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. And yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Now, Nacional de Madeira, before you move the two Ronaldos at the club, are 900 to 1, 17th in the league. So we are playing with one of the worst clubs in the Liga Portugal. They've been recently promoted to the top flight, which is now awesome because Ronaldo can come in and be the star striker. Now, obviously, he is a 5-star player. He is still a pretty damn good player on Football Manager. He's got 20 natural fitness, so he will not decline that quickly. 18 finishing, 20 determination. I expect him to do very well in the top flight, that's for sure. But also, Cristiano Ronaldo Jr., he is obviously just 14 years of age, but I reckon in 3-4 years, towards the twilight of Ronaldo's career, his son can come in, and hopefully we see them both play in the Champions League together. That is the goal of this rebuild, to make these two in there, but also, not only that, I want them to win the Champions League as well. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. does look good. He's got 2 determination. And I'll be honest, I have looked at his attribute details. He has a 160 potential ability, which in my opinion is like a low Champions League player, but that is also pretty cool. So we are hopefully going to see him become a pretty decent player. The rest of the team is fairly decent. I don't know much about them, to be honest. They've got Lucas Franca in goal, an old right back in João Aurelio. We've got Pola and Marquez at centre back, with Jose Gomez at left back. Matias Diaz and Danilovic make up the 2 DMs, with Thomas at right wing, Macedo at left wing, Beza in the cam role, and of course, the GOAT himself, Cristiano Ronaldo, up front. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Season number 1, because I'm not going to make any transfers. We're going to run into the season and hopefully take Nacional de Madeira to safety for the first season in the League of Portugal. But also, how good is Ronaldo back in Europe? And well, I tell you what, Ronaldo didn't do too bad for a 39-year-old striker. He bagged 12 goals this season, which, I'll be honest, isn't as many as I was maybe expecting. I was expecting to see at least maybe 30. So we're going to have to put a decent team around him first. But I think it shows still he has got the quality. 2 very different goals there. The sort of striker we know now of Ronaldo being the header in the box, getting his body on the line and scoring the goal in the 9th minute. And the last goal in the 89th minute was him. Iconic. Cutting off the left, putting it in to the top corner. And his goals were massive this season because they helped us get to 6th place in the league, which is a massive overachievement. As mentioned at the start, we were predicted to come 17th. You add Ronaldo in, no surprise, the team does get better, but he's nowhere to be seen in the top goal scorers charts, average rating or anything like that, so it wasn't like it was just Ronaldo. The actual team performed pretty damn well. Now, we are just outside of European places, so that's fine. Next season, our goal will be to get into the Europa League or the Conference League, but I think we've got a very good foundation to actually build upon here. Finances-wise, we've got £2.9 million in the bank, and wage budget-wise and transfer budget-wise, there's not a lot, I'll be honest. Just 630,000 transfer budget, 10k left over in wage budget. If you are wondering, wage-wise for Ronaldo, I have done it, so he's just on 10 quid a week. He's playing back at his hometown club. He's not exactly looking to milk the money away, is he? And for Ronaldo Jr. as well, also on £10. He has actually achieved quite a good standard of growth this season, and he actually played 2 games in the Portuguese Premier League as a 14-year-old and 1 off the bench. So technically, he's played with his dad already on the football pitch, which is awesome. We've got our very own LeBron James and Bronny James now in football, which is absolutely sick. But in non-competitive games, 31 goal contributions in 31 games. which is great to see. He is available for the under-19s, so he's playing 5 years above his age and absolutely smashing it, which is brilliant. So these stats are going to continue to grow. His pace is already very good. He's already 6 foot tall as well and got good finishing, first touch and dribbling. So he's actually pretty good physically and technically as a 14-year-old, and his mentals are going to grow as he gets older as well, which is great to see. So hopefully this guy actually becomes a pretty decent player in our team. In terms of our squad, the only issue we've got is a lot of players are here on loan. Mateus Diaz is number 1, is by far our best central defensive midfielder. We've got Nigel Thomas out on the right wing, who's got 6 assists, got 3 goals, is here on loan. Arvin Afia, Daniel Pena, Adrian Butzke, and even Isaac here. A lot of our rotational players are all loanees. And in terms of the age profile of the squad, obviously we've got Ronaldo, but then quite a few 30-plus-year-olds as well. So it's certainly not going to be easy to keep this team at this level. We need to have a good scouting system, which is why I am scouting for under 21 players to hopefully bring in to the side, so we can hopefully get much better and actually build this squad up and build the club up as well. We don't just want to win the Champions League with Ronaldo. We're here at Nacional de Madeira. We want to actually build his hometown club into a decent side, and again, hopefully develop his son into a pretty decent player as well. Let's get into the signings though, because season 2, we're looking to make Europe. And transfers were aplenty this season. As we look to strengthen the side, we brought in a brand new strike partner for Ronnie in Mario Gonzalez, as we now transition into a 4-2-4 system. Here's a Spanish striker currently playing for Famalicão over in Portugal with us. And he has really good stats actually, good finishing, good physicals, good determination, and he cost us just 215,000. He's actually from LAFC, but moved to Famalicão on loan. But we've signed him, 215k, a very decent striker. Scored 12 goals last season, which for a 28-year-old who's developing, we'd certainly take that. And our only other signing for money was Andreas Windheim, signed from Sparta Prague. He cost us just £55,000, has great physicals, great technicals, great mental stats, consistent, likes big matches, and he's 29 years of age, so added again a little bit of experience. But when we've got no money, we've got to go for some older players. So this season is simply about trying to strengthen the squad to a level we can actually compete and hopefully get into Europe, which will then boost the financials, which will then mean we can develop players properly. So our next 4 signings are all free agents. And 1 is Alan Sancris. 2 is actually a pretty decent one in Aitor Cordoba, signed from Burgos in Spain. This guy is a fantastic CDM, but can also, as he gets into his older years, transition into a centre-back, which is brilliant to have that dual threat. We signed Martin Madic to be a backup centre-back. And finally, it's Luigi Canotto, the Italian signed from Frosinone. There is one thing though that I have not mentioned just yet, and it is the fairly decent facilities here at Nacional de Madeira. And even though it is just 1.5-star youth recruitment, we have had some very decent players come through. Number 1 being Juliano Kande, the Bissy Guinean right back, has 5-star potential and is already coming in to be sort of a backup right back for us. He's consistent. He was pretty decent in friendlies as well, which is great to see. Only 15 years of age, should develop into a really good player. And he's got another friend from his hometown nation, but this side on the left back, which is awesome. We've got our own like Trent and Robbo as our fullback, so we're going to be best buds. Ricardo Costa, I'm training him to be a left back because he's naturally a left wing back, which we don't play. And if he can improve their defensive stats a little bit, keep that pace going, get the crossing and dribbling up, we could be on to an absolute winner. But overall, as mentioned, we are changing the formation and the team now looks set to get Ronaldo the ball a little bit more often, but BT doesn't have to do all the running. We have a pressing forward next to him in Mario Gonzalez, which hopefully should leave, now at this point, 40-year-old Ronaldo to sit up there and bag goals. He's got 18 finishing. Let's just get him in the 18-yard box and let him score. Canotto and Baeza are simply there to sort of get the ball up the front too, with Cordoba and Dinovic getting the ball to them as well. Back 4, Windheim, Madic, Pola and Swaza there to defend, with goalkeeper Lucas Franca in goal. The youth at the club's really exciting. The actual first team is pretty decent as well, and I'm hoping for a very good second season. We have moved up massively in the season preview up to 12th place, so even the board and the media think we are going to be much better this year. And we improved massively this season, not just a little bit, but what also happened was we were an absolute goal-scoring force, and of course that comes down to the number 7 up front, Cristiano Ronaldo, already a brace in this game in just 22 minutes. But it wasn't just Ronaldo, it was moving to this 4-2-4 system, allowing us to have much better free-flowing football. We are going to get pegged back here by Santa Clara to make it 3-1, but this game was already over And I tell you what, the second half, we just made it much, much worse for them. A great goal here from Mario in the middle to make it 4-1 before Ronaldo grabs his hat-trick. I mean, the guy's 40, he's in his midlife crisis, he's come home to Nacional de Madeira, and he just loves scoring goals. That's 5-1, and we are going to grab a 6th here as well as Ronaldo sets up Mario. What an absolute battering, but something else pretty cool happened this season as well. As Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. grabbed his first professional goal in a convincing 3-0 victory over Mafra. I mean, I did not expect this to be the case already, but he's still 14. He must be turning 15 pretty quick. He is an absolute demon. Yeah, he's born on the 17th of June. That makes sense. He's going to be 15 very shortly. That just shows how incredible he is, though. Still 14 years of age. This guy is unbelievable. I mean, he literally has got 5 goals and an assist, 7 starts, 4 off the bench in actual professional football, and got a 7.19 average rating in them games. In non-competitive games, a 7.46. He is actually smashing it and is already a second league standard player. And well, unbelievably, he also got a hat-trick this season in the Portuguese Cup 5th round against Atletico CP. We have got the Ronaldos here, and we are here to stay. And we are also here to attempt to take over Europe as we qualify for the Europa League in 3rd place this season on 66 points. Cristiano Ronaldo has 18 goals this season, just behind Samu Omaridaran, and Porto went unbeaten. So it is going to be quite the task to not only win European competitions, but win the Portuguese League and overtake Porto. Sporting, we have just finished ahead of, which is pretty cool in the storyline of itself. But Porto are going to be an absolute force to reckon with. This season, goals-wise, Ronaldo grabbed 20 and 6 assists. Diego Souza grabbed 15 and 3. Mario Gonzalez, 12 and 3. Alex Sanchez, 11 assists and 5 goals was also very, very impressive. But overall, I'm just so happy with how this season's gone, and so happy with how the development of Ronaldo Jr. has actually been, to the point where he is now actually already able to play with his dad, Cristiano Ronaldo. The only issue we've got is the financial side of things. We have got pretty much no money to improve the team for next season. We are also going into European football. We are negative on wage budget already and have pretty much no transfer budget. So this season's going to be quite difficult. We might have to use the old loans market and see if we can take some of the younger players off the big boys in Portugal and use them in this team, because we really need to start just getting better. I mean, our money is going to go up substantially next season. One season in Europe is going to completely change the club. But we're going to need to improve, that is for sure. And I think what also scares me is the impending doom of Cristiano Ronaldo being 40 years of age. He's got 9 acceleration and 10 pace. Now, he has got 20 natural fitness, which means he can hold on longer than most. But he is literally 40. After 25, I sell players in FM. This is just weird. Maybe I should hold on to them longer because they grab 20 goals in a season. I've got no idea. But season 3, let's see who we can bring in to partner the GOAT. Well, there really wasn't many this season. As mentioned, we had pretty much no money. What we could do is bring back a former player of Ronaldo's, one from Al Nassr as well. It is goalkeeper Bento, who joined there from Atlético Paranaense in Brazil, and then got released after his contract finished and has joined here for just £6,000 a week. He is fantastic as well. A 4-star player, 26 years of age, extreme consistency, good in big matches, and having a great goalkeeper is so important for simulation. The other 2 startings were loan signings from bigger teams in the league. This one from Benfica, it is Martin Almeida to be a backup DM. And the second one is Rui Silva, also from Benfica, who is a 2.5-star centre-back and a very good rotational option. We've had to very much just keep the team the same this season and see this as a bit of a bridge season as we get from, I mean, a European side to hopefully competing in Europe and hopefully still getting into European place for season number 4, while also developing Ronaldo Jr. and trying not to run Ronaldo into the absolute ground. At the rate that Ronaldo Jr. is developing though, he very much could become our star player in the middle of this season, if not next season. He's got 3s in quite a few stats. His physicals have gone up 2s, 4s, 5s. Decision making's gone up 5. His mentals have grown a crazy amount, and that's what happens when someone is young and playing in the first team. I'm very excited for this guy's development this season and to see if he can actually become a starting player for us. And well, I can't believe it. That is exactly what he became, as he played 38 games this season, got 5 goals and 9 assists at 15 years of age. Cristiano Ronaldo Jr., if you guys are going to download the database, or if you've been to FM Scout and just downloaded their updated database, I think it's FM Inside, I think it's called. It might be that, not FM Scout. And you use this, look for Ronaldo Jr., look for likes of Kai Rooney as well. They develop so well, and it's so cool to see them in the game. And Cristiano Ronaldo Jr., in just 3 seasons, is actually fantastic. Now, his stats, I understand, are not outrageous. Remember, this guy is 15 and he's got so much room to grow. And the best thing about it, he's playing with his dad, who apparently is just getting better. 36 goals in 43 games for a 41-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't understand it. He's getting slower, but he's becoming more of a bagsman, more of a fox in the box. And I'm so here for it because he is carrying us to dizzy, dizzy heights. We got all the way to the final of the Portuguese League Cup, but sadly got knocked off by Sporting. But in Europe, we did manage to get through to the knockout playoff rounds as we finished in 24th, quite literally coming in last place, but ready for a great knockout run. In the knockout playoff round, we played up against LASK and absolutely battered them 6-2 on aggregate. Run of 16 though was much tighter. We faced up against Dynamo Zagreb, but still came out on top as 2-1 winners. In the quarterfinals, it was Dutch side AZ Alkmaar that stood in our way, and after a pretty boring 0-0 draw in the first leg, it was all to play for here in the second leg, and Ronaldo gets us back on level terms to make this game 1-1, but to be honest, he wasn't the star of this game. It was Mario Gonzalez, our signing in season number 2, the Spanish striker from LAFC, who bagged a hat-trick in this European game to make us 4-2 winners, which means we are heading to the semi-finals of the Europa League after coming 24th in the league phase, which is absolutely mental. We're here, we are facing up against Roma, and in the first leg at the Stadio Olimpico, they go 1-0 up thanks to Cristiante. But luckily, we have got a European mastermind in our team. Cristiano Ronaldo heads from the corner to make the game 1-1. And in the 85th minute, our young player Kande, who we saw in the second season, finds Danilovic to make it 2-1. We have something to hold on to at home. And when I tell you what, we started the game like there was a lot more than just to do than a hold on, because we came out of the gates absolutely flying, going 1-0 up from Almeida before Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. scored to make it 2-0 in the Europa League semi-final. Yes, he was 2 yards out, but it is awesome to see him scoring in this game. Roma are going to grab a goal back thanks to Mancini at the front post. They're going to grab another as well to make the game 2-2 in the 89th minute, but we held on for the last 5 minutes, which means we're going to the Europa League final with the 2 Ronaldos. We are in Europe. And it was that man again, Mr. Inevitable, Mr. Champions League they call him. Well, right now he's Mr. Europa League, as he scores the first goal in the game against FC Copenhagen in the final to make it 1-0. We are going to make it 2-0 as well, as Danilovic finds in Canoto in that right wing position to make it 2. And Copenhagen are going to grab a goal back in the 70th minute as Larson plays for Elias. A mistake from Vindheim, 2-1. Can we hold on? Yes, we can. Ronaldo and his little boy win the Europa League, which is absolutely incredible. Already in season number 3, we are European winners. And if we needed it, we'd have been there anyway next season, as we actually came in 4th place, even though we weren't able to really improve the side, which is absolutely huge. And I mean, this season, we saw the amount of goals he scored. Ronaldo was top of the goal scorers charts, 2nd in average rating, and 3rd in player of the matches. The GOAT is back in Portugal and is here to stay as well, which is absolutely incredible. We knew this would happen as well because financially we are now more than okay. £15 million in the bank, and we actually have some money to play with. £5.8 million transfer budget and 50k wage budget means we can actually now go and sign some wonder kids and actually improve this side. But we do know what happens now. Ronaldo Jr. becomes a starting player in this team. So rather than bring in a new star winger, we brought in Giovanni Quader to be his backup / rotational option. If you do not know who this guy is, he is an absolute wonder kid. He is unbelievable. He's already been called up to the Portugal national team. He's a Sporting youth winger. And already in this update, he looks fantastic and he's probably got the potential to be one of the best players in the game. That was our first of 2 loan deals. The second is Marc Guéhi from Chelsea. Obviously signed from Barcelona in the summer. He has come in to, again, just add some depth into our striking position. A loan signing which cost us just £1 million overall. No potential buyback or anything, but if he can propel us into the Champions League, he'll be worth his weight in gold. Fantastic finishing composure, decent physical stats. Hasn't played a professional game of football just yet, but I'm sure he will this season. And then we signed just one player for actual money, and it was an absolute bargain. His name is Jadson, signed from Sporting Lisbon for 82,000. He played on loan in the Brazilian First Division last season. 82k seems ridiculously cheap. They just wanted him good, I suppose. He's got fantastic consistency, good physicals, good teamwork, good defensive stats, and I genuinely have no idea how he was so cheap. From there, it was about strengthening the squad and bringing in free agent signings. We moved most of our transfer budget into the wage budget, so we signed Elias Cobalt as a backup / starting centre-back. Emmanuel Dennis has been released from Nottingham Forest, and the pacey winger / striker comes in as a great option. A previous FM wonder kid of Romario Barro comes into the squad. This guy in FM 19 and 20 was the go-to wonder kid DM. He's now 26. Hasn't progressed that well, but we've got him on a free contract. I'm going to give him his second chance. Diego Pinto comes in as a Portuguese backup goalkeeper, alongside John Veliz, who joins from Benfica, again on a free contract. Not developed quite as well as I hoped. On a FC25, he's a fantastic wonder kid. Apparently, FM don't rate him so highly. And finally is brand new starting centre-back Julian Malatini, signed from Werder Bremen in Germany. This guy's got 18 determination. He's consistent, good physicals, good defensive stats, and overall comes into our first team and makes us so much more solid. This team now, I think, is definitely capable of getting top 4 and certainly capable of securing Champions League and potentially challenging for the title. We've got a super goalkeeper up front in goal in Bento. We've got, obviously, Ronaldo up front, who, of course, is aging. Is now, what, 41, 42? Has got 7 acceleration, 9 pace, but 17 finishing. The true fox in the box. Marc Guéhi can sit next to him with youngster Ronaldo Jr. on the left, Emmanuel Dennis on the right. Jadson and Barro add so much quality into the DM, and the defence is just absolutely solid. And even after last season's fantastic finish, the media only predict us to come in 8th and quite a way off the top 7 as well. Now we know we can overachieve. We have got the GOAT up front. Can he carry us to Portuguese glory? We are at least going to have some glory this season, and it's in the Portuguese Cup final. But the coolest thing happened in this game when Ronaldo Jr. sets up Ronaldo to score for 1-0, and then CR7 puts in a ridiculous free kick into the top bins, and we beat Benfica 2-0. To see a father-son link up like that, to see a goal in the final, to see them lift the trophy is absolutely incredible. But that's not the only incredible story of the season, as we were simply fantastic this year. The 4-2-4 had worked an absolute treat. Having Ronaldo up front as a poacher had worked a dream, and we had got ourselves all the way to being champions of Portugal with Cristiano Ronaldo as the top goal scorer. Unbelievable season. 75 points, a 42 goal difference. Ronaldo Jr. was second in player of the matches as well, with Marc Guéhi as well, who was joint second in top goal scorers. So the young players really, really helped Ronaldo achieve his dreams and make Nacional de Madeira champions of Portugal once again. In terms of the stats, we scored the most goals with 76. We obviously had the most points per game. Possession-wise, we were actually very strong as well, keeping 56% possession. But the 2 standout players were unbelievable. Ronaldo continues to defy the odds. The GOAT has just dropped 32 goals in 47 games as a 42-year-old striker with 6 acceleration. He is literally scoring banger free kicks or sitting in the 6-yard box. We just saw that in the 2 goals in the Portuguese Cup final. Unbelievable. I'm absolutely buzzing with how he's doing. The only thing I don't like, he's now got 1 dribbling. My GOAT Ronaldo will never have 1 dribbling. And equally as impressive, Ronaldo Jr. comes in this season, plays 40 games, grabs 9 goals, 13 assists as a 16-year-old winger. He has got extreme consistency, and his development has actually been really impressive. I was quite worried to see how he'd actually progress over the course of this rebuild. If we're looking at all time, I mean, 8 anticipation is ridiculous. 10 in off the ball. Like, I know I'm developing a 14-year-old. In fact, I think he's actually 13, but it can't say that age on the game. From the start to now being 16, I understand there's going to be a lot of progression, but 10 seems absolutely mental. +7 in strength. His pace has gone up to 16. He's an electric winger, just like his old man. And I'm sure in his career, he's going to become a striker as well, because that composure is becoming fantastic. The finishing is going to become brilliant. The physicals are already fantastic. If you want to see a separate video where I almost manage Ronaldo Jr.'s career, let me know. Like, there's been Omega Luke videos where he's done Samuel Madeira, or he's developed his own player like Omega Luke. If you want to see me do Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. as a career, let me know down in the comments down below, because I think that would be absolutely sick. And we know he's got about a 160 potential ability. I would happily make that about 190, 200 for the sake of the video, and we can see if we can get him to win as many Ballon d'Ors as his old man. But of course, it's not just down to 2 players, it is a team effort. And Mark Yu grabbed 23 goals and 6 assists in his loan spell from Chelsea. Mario Gonzalez was still a fantastic backup goal scorer, scoring 14. Obviously, Ronaldo Jr. was great. Emmanuel Dennis was a fantastic loan season. 13 assists, a great debut for him, and 10 assists for Giovanni Quader as well. Obviously, in Ronnie Jr.'s sort of shadow, but certainly doing very, very well and progressing into a top-tier talent. It's now time, though, to check in on the Champions League and see how we done. And we just about survived. 2 wins, 2 draws, 4 losses. It was a ridiculously tight season, but we just about managed to get through to the knockout playoff round. We played up against one of Ronaldo's former teams in Juventus, and we absolutely blew them away. Quenda found Mark Yu in just 25 minutes to make it 1-0, and then Quenda's going to drive down the right-hand side again, fuck Mark Yu in the box again, and he's going to volley it into the top bins for 2-0, and we are going to grab a third just before half-time as well. Ronaldo sets in Wonder Kid regen Kande to put it in the top corner for 3. Jadson then finds a ball over the top. It's headed clear to Emmanuel Dennis, but it eventually falls to Mark Yu that was Mario, for 4-0. It is going to be 4-1 as we try and plough from the back, but this dominating performance to kick off this tie was enough to see us into the round of 16, where we are facing up against Bayern Munich. Where I've got to say, sadly, this incredible journey comes to an end. We lost 2-0 in the first leg before Harry Kane makes it 3-0. We are going to see quite a nice little comeback, which was good to see as Malatini's, buys it towards goal. It drops to Mario, who eventually puts it in the top corner to make it 3-1. And the high press system that we have got here, Danilovic finds Mario to find Ronnie Jr. on the left-hand side to score his first Champions League goal in a 2-1 victory. Ends up being a 3-2 defeat on aggregate, but a very good showing in the Champions League, especially considering we come 24th. I think we can be quite proud of how things went. And obviously being in the Champions League means financially we are now much, much richer. £43 million in the bank. We've got a decent transfer budget of 90 million and 240k in wage budget. But we have got some issues because Mark Yu, who was fantastic last season, is no longer going to be around. Neither is Giovanni Quader. And I'm quite worried about Mr. Ronaldo. He did just bag 32 goals and 9 assists. But at 42 going to 43 years of age, is he finally going to fall off and become more of a rotational striker? I certainly hope not. But we'll see how he develops through the summer and then make a decision for next season. And but obviously with this season being the final season of the rebuild, with a 5-year cap of Ronaldo now being 42 going 43, we absolutely went for it. We signed Mauro Perkovic from Napoli for £21 million. We used a fair bit of instalments to get this one over the line and maybe murdered the club a little bit financially, but we're going to have loads of years in the Champions League going forward. And Mauro Perkovic, well, is a pretty decent signing to come in as a superstar centre-back. And well, because of that aging Ronaldo situation, we did sign a brand new striker in Fabrizio Rocca, a new Peruvian striker who was at Porto in the game. I don't believe he's there in real life. I'm not sure if he's at Aruca or where he is, to be honest, but we have now signed him £3.4 million. He's consistent, good physicals, good finishing, decent composure. I think he's going to be a very good bagsman. And well, if he's not, how does the free agent signing of Henrico Araujo sign from Benfica? This guy, again, is a very good wonder kid in this year's game. He is now 25 years of age, obviously starting at 20, but has progressed a decent bit. He has played out on loan at Aruca and Boa Vista and has been very decent. His physical stats are good, finishing composure is good, he's consistent, he likes big matches. If Ronaldo is at the end of his career, he's a pretty decent replacement. And we also signed one of my favourite players in actual real life, Adam Kadabet. Now, I saw this guy as a 17-year-old when he was at Sparta Prague, and I went to watch them in real life, and it was absolutely amazing. And I've managed to bring him in here as well. He's got fantastic flair, fantastic physical, 16 dribbling, 16 first touch. And it's the first time I've actually signed him in FM24. And it's very exciting because he looks absolutely brilliant. And there were some other signings as well. We signed Diego Travasos from Sporting as a new right back. Ayo Tanaka comes in a free contract from Leeds. And we signed Gerson Raksaki from Crystal Palace. All three of them being backups and rotation options. Travasos is going to rotate with Kande, who obviously came through in season number 1. Our left back is now, is now Costa, who is a fantastic young left back. Malatini and Perkovic at centre back with Bento in goal. Tanaka and Jadson in DM. Ronaldo Jr. on the left, Kadabets on the right. I have got Ronaldo still in the team, but I'm certainly worried as to how much he is going to play. He's not exactly regressed too much over the summer, but we can see some certain signs that over the next 12 months, he is going to become more of a set-piece specialist and real fox in the box. And up front at the moment is Fabrizio Rocca. The backups are very good. This season, I would like to hopefully win the Portuguese Premier League in back-to-back seasons. Champions League-wise, I'm not that fussed. Obviously, we have won the Europa League already, so I just can't see the fact that we win this, to be honest. Winning the Europa League was a massive achievement in 2026. Ronaldo was still at the peak of his game. We have now lost the best striker in all-time history in terms of actually being a serious output player. So I think we're going to struggle in the Champions League a lot. As mentioned, I'd like to win the Portuguese Premier League, and I'd like to win a couple of other of these cups as well. So let's see, for the 5th and final season, can Ronaldo still do it, or is Ronaldo Jr. going to take over? And well, this is it. We have seen the finale of Cristiano Ronaldo. 10 starts this season, 24 off the bench, 6 goals and 1 assist. He is now, however, a 1.5-star decent Portuguese 3rd division player, but at 43 years of age. Well done to Cristiano Ronaldo. And the best thing is he got to live out his dream and play with his son, who is now incredible in the game. He has now got 17 pace, great physical stats, good dribbling, finishing, first touch, bagged 16 goals and 13 assists in 42 games, and it was a 7.32 average rating, was our star player this season at just 17 years of age. If I was to do the Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. video, if you guys want to see that again, let me know in the comments down below. I would cancel this transfer range to Real Madrid, and I would simply put him I'd keep him here at Madeira, as we have now got him very progressed, and I'd carry on this save from a 17-year-old and see what 20 years of Ronaldo Jr. does look like. And if we get any offers or anything, we'll sort of look into them. It'll be very fun. I'll work out a way to do it. Again, if you guys want to see that, let me know. We've got a pretty decent foundation to start off with. And well, for the first time in this rebuild, we are seeing us lift the final Portuguese trophy that we needed to. It is the Portuguese Super Cup. Danilic scores in the 25th minute, but who else other than Ronaldo Jr. to score in the 85th minute to make us 2-0 winners as we beat Benfica. Sadly though, in the Champions League, we did massively struggle and actually came 30th and didn't even qualify out of the league phase. As mentioned, I'm a little bit disappointed. I'd have liked to have tried to win this in this rebuild, but with the aggression of Ronaldo now being 43 and with the team not having the finances at the start, I think we've done a pretty damn good job still. Winning a European competition is a massive dub, as is winning back-to-back Portuguese Premier League titles. Henrique Araujo, the free agent signing from Benfica, was simply fantastic. 22 goals, 5 assists, £25 million of a value, was absolutely fantastic and was an unbelievable signing. As was his strike partner, Fabrizio Rocca, 22 goals and 7 assists. Gerson Raksaki from a couple of seasons ago, 8 goals and 13 assists, was also great. Perkovic, Danilic, obviously Ronaldo and Ronaldo Jr., all of the top charts. But to cap off the rebuild, we also win the Portuguese Cup final on penalties against Estrela. The Ronaldo and Ronaldo Jr. rebuild has been done here at Madeira. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you next time.